whereas the village of Silver Creek is located on the shores of Lake Erie within the town of Hanover, Chautauqua County, New York, in an area of western New York known as the Concord Great Belt. And whereas the village gets its namesake from one of two creeks that flow through the village, Walnut Creek and Silver Creek. Both flow through the village before joining together and flowing into Lake Erie on the north side of the village. And whereas the village of Silver Creek has a rich history, and whereas prior to European colonization, Silver Creek was part of the indigenous Erie people's territory prior to the Beaver Wars of 1650s. The Seneca Nation then conquered the territory during the Beaver Wars and held it through the next century until siding with the British Crown. They were allies for most of the 18th century against the American revolutionaries during the American Revolutionary War. And whereas the first settlement of the part of the town of Hanover, where the village of Silver Creek now stands, was made by David Dickinson, Abel Cleveland, John E. Howard, who came there with their families from Berkshire County, Massachusetts in 1803. And whereas Silver Creek originated as a small milling town composed of a few rows of houses and a general store, a tavern, and two taverns. And whereas Silver Creek once was famous for shipyards launching their ships first in 1816, Oliver Lee built the first wharf and warehouse and developed the harbor, which made Silver Creek an important part of the lake commerce. And whereas the coming of the railroad, Silver Creek shipping industry diminished. The first tracks were laid were that of the Buffalo and State Line Railroad in 1851. The following year, the first train ran through the village. And whereas numerous statesmen have called Silver Creek their home, including James Bennett, former director of the Federal Bureau of Prisons, Samuel Brennan, a former member of the Wisconsin State Assembly, Ezra Convis, the first Speaker of the Michigan House of Representatives, as well as former and current state senators Albert Dow, Clinton Horton, Elijah Howard, and George Borrella. And whereas numerous professional athletes have resided in Silver Creek, including pro baseball players Howard Emke and George Mohart, pro football player Doc Alexander, pro basketball player George Carter, pro golfer Cindy Miller, and I believe we would have to add Zed Williams, professional lacrosse player, as a member of the Silver Creek contingent. And whereas in 2023, Silver Creek will celebrate its 175th anniversary. Now therefore, I, Paul M. Wendell Jr., Chautauqua County Executive, do hereby proclaim July 3rd, 2023 as Village of Silver Creek Anniversary Day in Chautauqua County, and I call upon all citizens to celebrate Silver Creek's rich heritage during this important milestone. In witness whereof, I have hereto has set my hand and caused the Great Seal of Chautauqua County to be affixed on this day, the 3rd of July, 2023, signed by myself, Paul M. Wendell Jr., Chautauqua County Executive. Congratulations.